Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I'm here today to talk about this channel. I've been getting a few questions about who I am and what I'm doing, so I thought I would give you guys some answers. Again, I'm Teeaboo. I drink tea and I watch anime. Tea plus weeaboo equals me. So, why did I make this channel? Well, I believe firmly that there are important truths hidden in fiction. Truths about people that transcend the individual and enter the realm of legend, of myth, of that to which we aspire. These truths affect us deeply as individuals and as societies. They are the backbone of all of our art, all of our stories. They are what makes a piece of music feel right, what makes us jump for joy when a character overcomes an obstacle through grit and determination alone, what makes us cheer for nonsensical things like the power of friendship. They aren't nonsense, they're allegories, parables, creations of human genius that wrap up the fundamental building blocks of good people in layer upon layer of eye-catching, heart-pounding awesomeness. Of all the media in the world, of all the types of books and comics, art and music, movies and television shows, one category always seems to overflow with deeper meaning. I don't know why. Maybe it's the process, maybe it's the culture, but the stories, characters, and worlds portrayed in Japanese manga and animation, which we call anime, have always appeared to me to consistently carry densely packed meaning. My goal with this channel, therefore, is to share my passion, not just for anime or for green tea, but for exploring, unpacking, and elaborating the glimmers of truth buried in what many call children's cartoons. After all, children are the most impressionable of human beings. I think it's important to understand what they're learning from the stories and characters that inform their young, malleable worldviews. Now, you might say, this is just another reaction channel, and you'd be right, and you'd be wrong. Yes, the majority of my content is going to be in a reaction style. I want you to experience the ride with me. I want you to see me experience these shows for the first time. But I hope to make this channel more than that. I hope to dive deep into the artistry and care that goes into these 20-minute chunks of entertainment, and maybe, just maybe, convince some people that there's more than meets the eye to these so-called children's cartoons. So, enough philosophy. That's my goal, that's my motivation, and my perspective. What am I actually going to do on the channel? Well, let me tell you, I've drafted up a tentative schedule. It's subject to change, and I'm more than happy to listen to any suggestions you might have. The schedule for now is as follows. First of all, I'm going to have a daily slot. I'll do my best to watch, record, edit, render, and upload one episode of whatever show fills this slot every single day. I say that I'll do my best because I'm still not entirely sure how the editing workload is going to shake out. I am a one-man band, and I haven't quite gotten into the groove enough to make it a promise, but I'll do my best. The daily slot is currently filled with Ginga Eiyuu Densetsu, or Legend of the Galactic Heroes. If you're unfamiliar, it's a 110 episode OVA that ran from 1988 to 1997, and it's supposed to be one of the greatest space operas, character studies, and overall stories of all time, ever. At the time of filming this, I've watched and uploaded the first two films, which come chronologically before the series, and the first two episodes of the series. So far, it's breathtaking. If you can't see the videos, they're blocked in your country. Sorry. Drop me a comment letting me know that you can't see the vids, and I'll try to figure something out. I'm not certain what kind of backup or alternative I'll end up using. I'm sure that I'll need one at some point, but Mega seems like a solid option. That said, they only offer 50 gigabytes of free space, and that will fill up fast, surprisingly fast. So I'm not sure. Maybe I can reduce the quality of the vids and upload more. We'll see. Besides the daily slot, which will generally be filled with the longest running shows in my lineup, I'm going to have themed slots for every day of the week. Now, I've gone ahead and chosen the first run of theme slots for myself, but I hope to eventually run a polling system via Patreon and or Discord in order to give you guys some control over what I end up watching next. I don't know exactly how my Patreon tiers will shake out at this point. Most likely I'll do a tier for 1 week early access to reactions, and another tier for full-length timer-based reactions. Something like that. One thing that I do know for certain, it will be $1 per month for Discord access and voting rights in any polls for future shows. That should ensure that the people who vote are the people who genuinely care about the future of the channel and its direction. I'll be collecting recommendations from YouTube comments and anywhere else I can get them, then running polls once we reach critical mass of voting citizens. Before you go and drop a recommendation in the comments, which I strongly encourage, I really need show recommendations, please do me a favor and check out my anime list. The username is Teeaboo, just like on YouTube. There will also be a link in the description. I just don't want you wasting your time recommending something that I've already watched. Also, if you see something on that list that has its status listed as planned to watch and you want me to watch it, please recommend it. It will help me confirm that my intuitions are correct and that the show will be worthwhile. Now, about those themed slots. They're alliterations. Anyone appreciate alliterations? Okay. First is Monday, and it's going to be Mecha Monday. The only requirement is that the show focuses on giant piloted robots. There are a lot of mecha series out there, and I've only seen a few. This slot is currently occupied by Fullmetal Panic Invisible Victory, mostly because I have a nostalgic relationship with the franchise and I want to see where the new season takes us. Next up, it's TeeHee Tuesday. That's right, comedies go on Tuesdays. I don't care what secondary genres the show has, if it's focused on making the audience laugh, it fits. The first show in this slot is going to be the English dub of Ghost Stories, because it's supposed to be hilarious and I've never seen it. At the time of filming, I've recorded the first episode, but I haven't gotten around to editing and uploading that. I should get around to that by this coming Tuesday, so keep an eye out. Then we have Wednesday, which I've decided should be WTF Wednesday. I figure we need a sort of catch-all slot for shows that don't really fit into any of the other categories, or fit into too many categories to pigeonhole into one of the other slots. I'm not quite certain what the first WTF Wednesday show will be, so if you have recommendations for weird things that don't really fit anywhere, let me know. I like weird things. Thursday is going to be Thriller Thursday. Any show that fits the categories on my anime list for thriller, mystery, psychological horror, or dementia will fit here nicely. The first show in this slot is going to be Serial Experiments Lain, and it fits. Whoo! Oh yeah. Friday. Friday is Fight-o! Friday. That's right, this slot is all about the fights. I don't really care what the main genre of the show is for this slot. If it's heavy on the action and or focused on battles between characters, it'll work. To be clear, I don't necessarily mean traditional fights. It doesn't have to be Hajime no Ippo or Dragon Ball Z or Megalobox or Kill la Kill, though all four of those would fit this category absolutely perfectly. I consider many sports shows and some other weird ones, including Haikyuu, Ping Pong, Kaiji, and Akagi, to be fight-driven. If that doesn't really make sense to you, go find Super Eyepatch Wolf's incredible video on the subject. It's called What Makes a Fight Scene Interesting, and in it, he discusses the importance of technical narrative in any clash between characters, and makes the argument that fights are dialogues between characters expressed through competition. Not necessarily physical confrontation, just competition. I'll throw a link down in the description. It's 14 minutes and 6 seconds of your time that's well worth spending. So yeah, any show that focuses on clashes between characters through their competitive medium of choice will work for Fight Friday. That said, the first show in this slot definitely fits the more classic definition of punchy bloodfest, and it's Baki the Grappler 2018. I've also recorded all of Batum, a show that I saw at one point while I was, let's say, not sober. I really don't remember any of it, so I'll be releasing those sporadically along with Baki. But Baki is going to be the main starting hitter for this slot. Saturday is going to be Shounen Saturday. Of course, you know what Shounen is. I'm talking classic Shounen. Young male protagonist, big dreams, a series of obstacles to overcome, villains to clash with, and friends to encounter. I've seen most of the big boy Shounen series, but there are a ton out there, so I doubt I'll be running out anytime soon. This slot is going to begin with Akame got killed. Now, stepping outside of the theme slots for a moment, on Saturdays from this point forward, I will also be watching the latest episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Vento Oreo, or Golden Wind. No, it's not really a shonen, but it releases on Fridays, and it's one of those shows that I absolutely must watch as soon as possible, and I want to get those reactions out to you. Plus, theme slots have no power over the glory of JoJo's. So I'll be watching JoJo's on Saturday mornings, I'll edit it and render it same day, and I'll try to get them uploaded by midday. And then Akame got killed sort of slides back a little bit, and I'll be releasing it still on Saturdays, but on a slightly more lenient schedule. Okay? Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Sunday is Seinen Sunday. For the uninitiated, Seinen is like Shounen, but for older, more philosophical weebs who want a bit more character depth in their series. Shows like Rainbow, Rakugo, Eva, Elfen Lied, and Monster are all perfect fits. The first show in this slot will be Sangatsu no Lion, or March Comes In Like a Lion. I just finished watching the first episode about an hour and a half ago, and it's rendering right now. It absolutely blew my expectations out of the incredibly rendered, beautifully lit water. I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. You should see it up on the channel very soon, so keep an eye out. Alright, I think that covers it for the show slots that I'll be doing. If you have any comments or concerns about this lineup, please go ahead and let me know by dropping a comment down below. I'm more than happy to hear you out, especially if you've got concerns or if you're concerned that I'm missing out on a big category of shows. I don't want to miss anything. After all, this channel is all about you, the viewer. If I can do anything to improve your experience, I will. Okay, I think that about wraps up this video. If this sounds like the kind of content that you'd enjoy, I'd appreciate it if you'd drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and check me out on Patreon if you'd like to vote in upcoming polls, get access to future exclusives like early access to my reaction highlights and full-length timer-based reactions. If you have show recommendations, please check out my anime list. There will be a link. For anything else, drop a comment on this video or any other, or hit me up on Twitter. My handle is @Teeaboo YouTube, so that's the same name as my YouTube channel, with YT after it. So TeeAbooYT. I'll be using Twitter to make announcements about upcoming stuff. I don't know how consistent I'll be with it, but I'll be trying to use Twitter to make announcements about upcoming stuff. Alrighty, I think that's it for this little intro and explanation video. I hope it's answered any questions you may have had. I've been Teeaboo. I hope you're enjoying watching my videos as much as I'm enjoying making them, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.